4, 3, 2, 1. And we're live. What's up? Big Nate. Big Nate, dog. First one up. First comment I'm seeing. What's going down? We got Gavin, Tommy Shea, Big Brian. What up, what up, what up? Nico, my brother. Adam, my man. Swam. Hope I said that right again. We got 211. What up, what up, what up? We got Mel's up in the spot. Well, sweet, sweet. I jumped on right on time today, man. I'm on it. Had a good day. Was charging it today. Working on Marked. Was out at the embroiderers. Picking up hats, dropping off hats, getting all the men's stuff going. So it was a good day. Let's see. What up? What's good? What's good? What's good? Big Feist ain't going to be here tonight. Big Feist is in Ohio hunting with his cousin. Should have posted up some pics so you guys could see it, but he is out there doing it up. So he was sitting in a tree stand. Well, he's in a box. He was out in a box. So he said he's got no service, so he's out in the boonies. So he ain't hanging, he said. Who else is jumping in? We got Jason. What up, what up, what up? Well, cool, man. It is Monday night. First Monday night after the opener 2021 out in Texas last week in Houston, right? That's where we were. Arlington. Where were we? I can't remember. I know it was in Texas. But anyway, hey, this is Moto Monday nights, boys. Every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. We get together, we hang, we talk moto, racing, freestyle moto, bike setup, training. It's basically a live Q&A. Post up your questions, and I do my best to give you. Oops. What's up with that? Give you my answers. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my name is Ronnie Faisst. At Ronnie Faisst on Instagram. At Ronnie Faisst on Twitter. And it's at Ronnie Faisst FMX on Facebook. So, quick little update. There's still one spot lingering for the RFMX class. Coming up really quick here. January 30th. It's going to be in Lake Elsinore Motocross Park. It's a semi-private class, 5 riders for 5 hours. We got one spot left, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and we're going to be getting after it. So if anybody's in that area, there still is a spot available, and if you need some info on where to get signed up, everything is on the site, RonnieFaisstMX.com. So big shout out to everybody that is here week after week, and if you're new here, we do this every week, and like I said, we hang out. It's a live Q&A. And the way you can do it is you can see how, let's see, let's give it a little example here. We're going to just pop Brian up here. Brian's here every week. So that's how we do it. See how it's got the question marks up on the thing? And that way, as people are commenting and talking in the chat, I can find your question. So we'll pull Brian's question up here, back up in a second. But let's talk about the races, man. What you guys think? The opener went down, and I got some results here. Let's look at the 250 results really quick. And hey, first off, there's Supercross. There's a race tomorrow night, which is weird, right? Wednesday night. There's a race tomorrow night, second round in Texas. Believe it's 7 p.m. And here's the deal. Where are you guys watching it at? Because I know last week I was like, hey, I'm watching on the NBC Gold Card, and I didn't realize that that's really not working. They sent me an email, but obviously I didn't read the email. I just assumed that they were kind of renewing my thing, because for the last 2 seasons, I paid it was like $100 a year. I got all the outdoor races, all the Supercross races, and I just thought it was going to kind of roll. But then me and Mel sat down to watch a race, went to turn it on, and we're like, hey, where's the race? We couldn't get it on. We're like scrambling. Luckily, it was on NBC Sports Live. So I believe it's NBC Sports Live, and I don't know if it's going to be live every week there, but that's where we watched it last weekend. But the email, because obviously I went to it and actually read it now, so why ain't I signed up? It's basically redirecting. So if you had NBC Sports Gold, you got redirected. I believe it's called Peacock now, and it's for like $4.99 a month. So I might sign up and do it that way. And what if there's other ways to watch it? I'm sure I'm sure Racer X and some other people do live streams. So wherever you're watching it, let us know in the chat so we can see if there's other ways. We just got a little text here from Mr. Dugan. Let's see what he's got to say. Oh, he's sending more political stuff. Deacon gets real political these days. I'll have to read that after this. But let us know in the chat, because if there's other options, we want to know all the options, every way we can to watch them. And maybe you don't have to pay the $4.99, because Mel asked a good question, and she's like, is the $4.99 only good? Is that game being the outdoor season and the Supercross season? And it didn't say. So that's something we need to look into, because we need to know. But either way, $4.99 is not a bad deal to watch Supercross series, even if it's only that. So be on the lookout 7 p.m. tomorrow night for the next race. And let's just see how these results looked, because it was interesting. Look at this. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I was really stoked to see Christian Craig. So this 250 class, top 10 right here. I'm just going to look at the top 10. There's so many good guys in all these classes. But look at this. Craig, Faulkner, Nichols, Shimoda, Hampshire's, Lawrence. It must have been rounding out top 7. What did you guys think? Like I said, I was psyched to see Craig win this race. Is it weird listening to me talk? I could pull it down and not see me. Put it over here. But hey, I'm going to look at these. Craig and hey, Faulkner, I was expecting Craig to be up there. I'm really excited because he's from what, if I'm correct, he's only won one other race, and it was a really long time ago. So really cool to see him. And you could see, guys, you see how emotional he was after the race. He couldn't even get through his interview. Just that's awesome, though. Like, I don't care, people. I don't care. Like, who cares if he's crying? Like, that's how much a win means to that dude. Put it in the work, put it in all the dedication, all the time, all the setbacks, everything. People not believing him, and he comes out to the opener and wins. And it meant so much. It's overwhelming. It's just a great feeling. So I was super happy to see that. Faulkner right there. I think we're gonna see, and I think this win for Craig is gonna be. Think about it, man. All these dudes are putting in work, and all these dudes got skills coming in. But we all know when you go out there and put in a good race or a good run freestyle, either or, just a good finish in competition, it boosts your confidence up. So I think Craig, coming off of this win, is going to have a huge boost in confidence, and I think we're going to see him a ton now up there. More consistent than we've seen him in the past. I think Faulkner's going to be there. Dude, all these dudes. Nico was looking smooth. Shimoda was like, he didn't give no, like, they didn't even show him the whole time, but he was like the ninja out there because he was just like, he's running forward, but I don't remember him giving him any clips. I don't remember watching him race. I think I saw more of like Hampshire. And then Lawrence crashed on the last lap. Lawrence was up there. Wasn't Lawrence in 4th? I think he was 4th, and he went down last lap, so that was a bummer. But I think you're going to see this top 7. Mosselman's got the skills. I think these top 7 guys, I should have pulled up the whole list just to see did anyone finish out of the top 10 that should have been up there that we're missing. But anyway, I think all these dudes are going to be contending for these top 3 spots week after week. These guys are sick, but super fun race to watch. Bummer for Lawrence to go down on the last lap, but I think he looks really good out there on the new Honda with the new gear. Just a sweet look. But let's look at the 450 class now. Check this out. So, hey, Barsha, isn't this 3 in the row? Let me pull this to the side again. Well, let me read them real quick. We got Barsha, we got Roxanne, Muscan, Cincerello, Stewart, rounding out top 5. That's solid, I think. Brayton, Ferrandez, Plessinger, Webb, Osborne. I mean, dude, like, this is insane. Like, I'm gonna shrink this up so I can talk to you guys, but. I mean, dude, look at this top 10. And I screenshotted the people because there's some dudes that were outside the top 10 that should have been in there. Let me just pull it up and just give you a couple more guys. All right, so look at this class is ridiculous, dude. So 11th through, let's just go 17. We got Savache 11th, Wilson 12th, Tomac 13th, Sexton 14th, Anderson, Freeze, however you want to say it, and Tickle, rounding out top 17. Obviously, Anderson, Sexton, Tomac, all for sure should have been in the top 10. Even, I think Wilson, I'd like to see Wilson up there. I know he kind of, it's all good. He's either there, sometimes he is, he isn't, but I love seeing Wilson do good. He's a good friend of mine. But like I said, Barsha, 3 in a row season openers. Is that correct? I believe so. So we have seen this in the past. Is he going to continue to be this strong? New bike, new look. big momentum, big confidence builder. Let's see. Because we've seen this before. Roxton, I think, looked awesome. Muscan, smooth, Cinderella. But here's the deal. Some of these dudes, there was a first, we know, was Tomac in the first turn crash? I'm not 100% sure about that, but I know I've seen him crash 2 other times in the race. He got tangled up. Who is he battling? He was battling somebody, and he got tangled up. I believe Osborne was in the first turn crash. I'm assuming Webb. So I think that's what happened to some of these other dudes. Sexton, maybe Anderson, because these guys definitely should have been in the top 10. But it just goes to show you this class is so fast. You get a first turn pile up. Ain't so easy to come through the pack, huh? You got a lot of dudes. And considering the track from everyone's interviews, they were saying the track was so fast, so hard to pass, you basically had to force passes. And who was I watching that I thought was being really nice? Oh, my God. I was thinking, man, was it Roxton? Well, I was Roxton. I think it was. Roxton came up on Barcia a few times there, and I was like, man, he's being nice. Because I think he could have ran him high a couple times, and he didn't. And honestly, I believe that's respect for Barcia, because everybody knows if you run Barcia high, you better get away real quick, because he's going to come back after. So I think Roxton was being smart, and at the same time, I don't think Roxton wants to do anything stupid early in the year. Second place is, in my opinion, solid for a championship this early in the year. So I think he was being a vet, being smart, not running. Like I said, you run Barcia high, and you know how it can get. So I think, but I did think he was being really, really nice, because a couple times, man, he came in and he just stayed low, and where he could have easily just went poo and had the pass, and he stayed low, and then it was that same section. Roxton went inside 2 times in a row, and Barcia railed the outside and had more momentum. But I think he could have made a pass there. I think he's being friendly. But either way, I think Stewart, top 5, awesome. I think that's a big confidence builder for him, because top 5 in the 450 class ain't no joke, right behind Cinderella. So I'm hoping to see Stewart up there more. And I even think Brayton came out. Didn't Brayton pull the whole shot? And he was up there. This is OG. Brayton's been in the game for a minute. To see him still going out there throwing it down with these dudes, I think is pretty good. And obviously, I think Osborne is going to be way up, like bad race. Osborne's going to be a contender, dude. Did he win his race? Did he? I can't remember. But anyway, Osborne is going to be solid. So I know about you guys. I am excited to check out round 2 tomorrow night. It's going to be looking good. But anyway, so that's what we're looking like, how the races went down. So we're going to dive into the questions, and otherwise I will jibber jabber all night, and we'll never get to no questions. Talk some Supermoto. All right, so the way I do it, like I said, throw the question marks up, and I'm going to scroll to the top. I always try to make sure I try to get everybody's question in. That's why I can't go longer than 15 minutes on my intros, or I'll run out of time, and I won't be able to get to everybody's questions. So try to kick it in right around 7:15. So we're looking on point right now. All right, let's start with Brian. We're going to get Brian's question back up there, because I seen that right off the bat. So let's get Brian back up there. He says, excuse me, ate a bunch of dinner right before I sat down. Is there a certain time to set sag, meaning before a ride or after? I actually set my sag, that's a great question. I actually set my sag before I even ride my bike. So obviously I'm waiting on the new 2021 to come in. As soon as I get it, I will set my sag before I even ride it. So before or after a ride. So, this might be debatable. People might have a different opinion of me. People might say, hey, go ride it, break it in a little bit, and then set your sag. I'm just saying how I normally do it. But then I'll check it, make sure it's staying there, make sure it's there. So I do it first thing. I basically will, if I get a new bike, I'll go through the bike. Like, obviously when I was competing, it went straight to my mechanic, and he took the whole bike apart. Like, I don't do that, but he did. He took the whole entire bike apart, greased every single bolt, did everything. I don't do that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm real, like, I've lightened up these days. But before I had Tony working on my bikes, I used to pull, like, if I bought a new bike, like when I was still competing and stuff. Now I'm just a weekend warrior these days, so I'm real light with it. Put the gas in it, change the oil, change the air filter, and check the bolts, tighten the chain. That's me. Set up everything. But I used to, when I was competing, before I had Tony did everything. But I used to pull if I bought a new bike, I would pull the forks off and the steering off and grease all my steering bearings, and then I would pull the linkage off and grease all my linkage, and then put everything back. I didn't pull the motor out, pull every single bolt off, and put all the anti-seize on there. I didn't do that. I let Tony do all that. But I did do that. Well, nowadays, I'm be honest with you, I don't do that. I probably should, but I don't. I get my bike nowadays, and I'm like, check the bolts. If I get it, I set my sag. I check all the clickers. I usually start in the middle. It's kind of where I do it. I'll go start in the middle and ride it. I'll usually go towards the stiffer side. I like a stiffer setup, so I'll usually start in the middle. But I'll be honest with you, my bike right now, because it is a stock setup, I'm never going to set my suspension out. My 18 is completely stock, off the showroom floor. It's cranked all the way in though, so I've run it completely cranked. And then I'm just I go through every time I ride. I check my bolts, check my spokes, and lube my chain, and then I'll change my air filter and change my oil. That's pretty much how I do it these days, because I don't ride like I used to ride. I'm lucky. My goal has been once a week, and that doesn't happen. Sadly, it is. Hopefully, when I get some land, I'm getting back to that. I told Mel that last week. If and when we get a piece of property and I have a motocross track, I'm putting that back into my daily training. I'm getting back out on track. I want to ride. I miss it. But anyway, I go before. So, but here's the deal. If you haven't set your sag, you should set it. And if you set it a long time ago, check it. See if your spring wore in and it's maybe your bike's sacked out a little bit. Maybe it's not where it used to be. So always give it a little tune-up. Check it out. But my bikes are clean regardless. If you ever see one of my bikes, no matter what, things clean as a whistle, because I do keep them clean. I take care of them. I do. The thing is, the basic maintenance, man, changing oil, keeping the air filter clean, that way that thing's running right. Good gas in it. All right, let's get my boy Adam up here. Where is he? What are you talking about? Big Feist? Big Feist is hunting? Or is he, maybe he's talking about V Dubsky. I'm sure V Dubsky maybe will be in here later. All right, I'm just scrolling through looking. Hey, my buddy Zayden. What's up, Zayden Taylor? What's good, my brother? Oh, little super chat. Here for Big Adam. He says, I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it. I remember that song. Hey, I didn't mean to pull that down yet. I want to keep reading. Smile, Ronnie. I am. I know that song, dude. God and so many others love y'all. Yeah, man. Much love back at you. God is good. Yes, he is. What's Mel saying? You always tired. What is she talking about? I need to get into your guys' questions here, or your chat, so I know what you guys are talking about. Mel saying she's tired. All right. Wait, did you go double with it? Double? I just saw this one. I'm seeing double. Hey, double love, double super chats. All right, Mel's saying her question's in a weird place. All right, here, let's get Zayden up here. I didn't see the question marks, but I saw what kind. I knew it was a question. So I'm not skipping you, brother. He says, what kind of tracks do you like, sand or dirt? Actually, I like both. I grew up in New Jersey. It's actually pretty sandy where I grew up. So I grew up riding more of a sand style tracks. And but then obviously I moved out to California for 20 years, and everything out there is more intermediate to hard, where it starts off like an intermediate, kind of nice in the morning, but by the time that thing packs down, it's pretty hard, and once it's dry, it's slick. So I like both, to be honest with you. I don't know if I would. I think intermediate's probably always the best. That real sticky stuff. Because if it's super sandy is actually a little bit harder to ride. Like to me, it takes more endurance to ride a super gnarly whooped out track than a hard pack track. But I don't know. I think I would say my favorite is the sticky stuff. I like sticky ruts. But sand berms are still fun. That's what I'm saying. I think I have fun on everything. I enjoy it. Even if it's dry slick. My backyard track in California used to get so hard. It was just straight up dry slick. And I used to love it. And I used to ride it all the time. Bone dry sometimes, just dusting out the neighbors. Poor Russ next door. He was a good guy. The wind used to blow to his house all the time, every day. The wind straight to his house, and if I didn't water, just dust factory. But he was getting kind of old. I don't even know if he realized we were still riding out there. He had to be like 80-something. All right, let's get Trent up in the spot. Big Trent. Trent Dog, representing for you, my man. Hooked us up with the MOTOLIFE. What up, my homie? Kevin Moran's transferred straight to the main. I did see that. Hey, I saw that. He got 9th. So, placed 13th in the main. Hey, shout out to Kevin Moran's. He's a local boy from here, and he's got mad skills. And nice kid, and up-and-coming good rider. So, yeah, I didn't have the top outside of top 10, so I'm glad you brought that up. That is a good point. We want to show some love to our local Midwest boys. So Kevin Moran's 9th in the qualifier, no last chance, and dude, 13th. Come on, 13th in the main. What? That to me is a respectable finish in a main event with the way these classes are stacked. So much love to the local boy. All right, my man Liam, what's up, brother? All right, here you go. If you had the opportunity to head to the track or head to the hills in Cali, what would you pick? I would probably. That's a good question, huh? I actually, man, you guys give me some tough ones because I like both. I do, but I think I would pick the hills right now because I haven't got to ride them and I'm missing them. I've been the only time anything that I've been riding. I want you guys have no idea how much I've been missing the ramp. I've been thinking about it. Like I'll see like dirt sometimes, like on the side of the road, and I'm like, oh man, I just picture a freestyle landing right there. I want to ride the ramps. I miss the ramps, so I'm gonna stay the hills right now because all the riding I've done since I've been in the Midwest has been mostly tracks. So I'm a jumper at heart. It's in me. I love to jump. So it'd be fun to go out to the hills and just ride. And the thing is, even if you don't even find like big cool jumps, even when you go out in the hills when it's just wet, and when California rains and it's wet and you just find fun stuff to ride and jump, it's still so fun. So, and I miss those days. So I'm going hills right now. Don't they always say that you don't miss what's that saying? You don't miss what you have until you don't have it. You get spoiled in Cali. You don't realize how good everything is, and then you don't have it no more. I used to have a track in my backyard. Now I live in a neighborhood. I'm like, man, I must have bumped my head. Happened to me. Must have bumped my head. Deegan again, dude. He's all fired up tonight. All right. Wait. Mel's saying I missed. If he misses. Oh wait. I got Zayden's question. All right. Let's keep it rolling here. 50 truck stop, Montana. Adam's got 50,000 silver dollars casino truck stop. Is that where you're at? Adam's a truck driver, dude. He's hanging at the casinos, going big, dude. High rolling it. All right, let's get Anthony up here. Anthony, what's up, my brother? He says, what kind of van did you drive from Jersey to Cali? I drove a 1985 Dodge extended van. Extended. You remember the ones that had the extra 4 feet behind the wheels? That was me. Rolling deep, dude. And it was green. I used to call it the Green Hornet. And it was named after Bruce Lee, because I was a big Bruce Lee fan growing up. Bruce Lee, he was, remember the Green Hornet? That's super old school. The old dudes might know. You got to be old to know Green Hornet. But he was on a TV show called The Green Hornet. But when I got to Cali, we painted it gold, and it was glitter gold. It wasn't just gold. It was glitter, like gold flake. It looked rainbow when you looked at it. It was next level. How did you load your bike when you drove across the country? How did you load your bike when you drove across the country to go to Cali? I threw it in the back of the van, and it was I had the 2 back windows. I spray painted them black, so you couldn't see out of them. So no one knew what I had it, and I had a wall. So when you opened up the slider door, as far as that thing opened, right there I built a wall. So I had a bed built behind the 2 seats and then a wall, put my bike right in it. Nobody even knew it was back there. So super safe to travel like that. A lot of guys still use vans. They're sweet. It's good. You know what? A van's actually really good if you're an East Coast guy or a Midwest guy because it keeps your stuff dry. If you're driving to the race, like out here, or Cali, pickup truck, it don't rain. It never rains, you know? So you can pick up truck everywhere. But around here, a van is a probably better option. especially if you got to travel, and if you're driving into races, privateer, or if you're just a local guy, keep all your stuff locked up and safe. You're staying in the hotel, you don't have to stress out someone's gonna jack your bike. You guys all know you sneak them into the hotels. We all did it. It's like you're too nervous to leave your stuff outside and wake up in the morning and it's gone. You're like, yo, we're bringing this thing inside. Bring it right in the room. Lean it against the wall. Me and Big Feisty just do that. All right, so let's keep it rolling. Yeah, so 211 saying Pro Craig is one. Yeah, me too. All right. Let's get Liam up here again. He says, have you ever rode a 500 two-stroke? I have, and it's been a long time. And it was actually, they're fun, super fun. CR 500 is the last 500 that I've been on, and it was so long ago. I have no idea how long it was, but I have, and I think they're sick. Didn't you see McGrath? Not that I think last year I saw McGrath riding like a KX 500, and I was like, man, that's pretty sweet. Remember the 500 Nationals back in the day when it was a 125, 250, 500? Man, it's been so long ago I can't remember. Were there 3 classes? I remember watching a 500 National at Binghamton. Broome Tioga in Binghamton, New York when I was a kid growing up. And Sean Michel Bale won the National. I don't know if you guys remember him, but old school guy. He's from France, but he won the 500 Nationals. That's how long ago. But it's so long ago, I can't remember. It had to be 3 classes, right? Couldn't have been just 125. And I'm just wondering, the 500s didn't race the 250s? Got to brush up on my history, man. Too many head bumps. All right, let's get Robert up here. Really wanting Jet up top, still making some small mistakes due to lack of experience, I believe. Hey, I think he'll work it out. I think, yeah, it's, you know what? And I feel like, dude, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on that dude, too, to do good. I think a lot of people expect him to do good, and pressure is real, you know? And sometimes some guys are good at dealing with it. Other guys struggle with it a little bit. But I think in time, he's going to be legit. I think it's just all about getting out there, getting the kinks out, and he'll be up front for sure. He's got what it takes. So, here we go. Enzo rides a 500 right here, Adams. Enzo had one of those. Who makes those? It was a 500 in a CR 250 frame. Do you remember who makes those? Something. I'm trying to think of the company that built that bike for him. It was the one that he, basically, I think it was the one that he jacked his face up with when he overjumped that jump at Sinkmar's house. I believe that was his 500. But I know he built one to try to set like a gnarly record. It's not Cervix Honda. What is the name of that Honda company? Anybody know? Throw it up there. I can't remember. I feel like I keep saying I can't remember. I can't remember nothing, huh? What's wrong with me? But he would know. We got to get Seth on here, dude. All right. Barsha, comfy on the new bike. Yeah, I'm reading some of your guys' comments. I agree. Barsha looked good, dude. He definitely looked good. He looked confident. That's one thing I thought he was just riding confident. Like, got some pressure from Roxon. Didn't even look like it fazed him. So, all right, let's get Anthony back up in here. LOL with this. So, he says, how can Gas, KTM, and Husky teams be different with bikes and parts with them basically being the same company? I don't know. It's true, though. It's basically the same company. Monopoly, dude. They just changed the color. Keep selling bikes with different names on it. Working. More teams. I mean, that's the only way I can look at it. It's like they basically took one bike and created 3 teams by changing the color and the name. So, hey, it's working, I guess. But more opportunities. Like, I'm not going to be mad that there's more teams. Like, you know what? Good. That's good. There's more teams, more opportunities for riders to do what they love. And we can't be mad at that because it's a tough sport. It's a hard sport to make a living at. So when there's new teams coming, it just opens up the door for more guys to get rides. So I love that. Let's get to the end of the day. I know last week we kind of were flipping around. We were talking about, like, racers. And someone asked a question about, like, what do you think of some of the new guys that just had big whiffs versus, some of you guys who are freestyle guys, And really there's really 3 groups of guys. You got racers, you got freestyle guys, and you got free riders. But at the end of the day, all of us just want to do what we love, and that's ride our dirt bike. Whether they get paid to do laps, or I get paid to do tricks, or they get paid to just jump. I think those dudes are the luckiest. They just get to jump and do whips. I'm like, dang it. That's a good one right there. That's the best setup, because racing's probably the hardest as far as training and it's tough. There's so much competition, and then it's so hard physically, and it's just tough. Freestyle, it's different. It's tough, but in different ways. It's really high risk, tough, more probably mentally because of what you have to put yourself through to learn what you got to learn. But there's nowhere near amount of people in freestyle that as you have coming in as racing. There's constantly up and comers over and over. Freestyle's been the same dudes forever. They got had 1 to 2 new phases of guys, and then it's like, okay, where's the next group at? Where they at? And it's like, where's the next American? Adam Jones is like the last dude trying to hold it on, and it's like, how much longer is he going to be around? And then there's like no Americans in the game at all. So, but hey, if those dudes like Axel and Bierman, and I kind of Hansen's like racer / free ride guy, but those dudes who just get to ride and do whips and look sick, man, I think that's awesome. They get to do what they love. They get to and get to be just social media guys. So that's awesome. Hey, that's a good way to make a living, right? Jump your bike and just look cool. I'd be pumped on that job any day. Yeah, crack a big old turn up. That's sweet. All right, Geoff Thomas. I said that right? Geoff? Or is it Jeff? Either way, we love you, my man. When are your graphics going to be released, and where can I get them? They are out, and they are at, I believe it's m7designs.com. M7 Designs, I believe, is the website. It's a Canadian company, so I believe when you see the number, I think a lot of people look and think, oh man, it's kind of high. But I think because it's in Canadian dollars, so that's why the number, it might look a little bit higher than what you would probably pay for a set of graphics here. It's because they're a Canadian company. So, but I'm 100% sure they're out. Mel might have a link in the, I'm sure there is. If not, go to Ronnie Faisst, or at Ronnie Faisst on my Instagram, and then just click the little, in my bio, just click the links, and it'll pull up my website, my YouTube channel, and you'll see there's a link that says, I think it says Ronnie's bike kit or graphic kit or something like that. Click that. It'll take you right to it. But like I said, it's in Canadian dollars, so it looks a little high because I thought the same thing when I saw it. It's like, hey, why are they just pricing these things so high? But they are out and about. I just actually texted him yesterday and was like, yo, let's get those 2021 kit in the mail because I'm ready to get my new bike. 211, did you ever race against Deegan or any militia guys when you raced Loretta Lynn's? I never actually, so in my class, Deegan was always older than me, so we never raced at Loretta's, but we did race the Nationals together. That's how I met Brian. I raced the Nationals with Brian and with Metzger. That's how I met both those dudes. They were racing back east, and I think it was, honestly, I think Unadilla was the first time me and Deegan hung out. But as far as Loretta's goes, Ronnie Raynard was in, Raynard, however you want to say his name. He was in my class. He won Loretta's a couple times in my class. And then Wyndham won my class. The year that I raced 125 schoolboy, Wyndham won. So I was in the same age group as him. So I'm trying to think. I went to Loretta's 3 times. I went there on my minis, 12-13 mini bikes. That was the year Robbie Raynard won. And then Wyndham won the next year. I went schoolboy. And then I raced there in the 125B class, and I can't remember who won my class that year. But anyway, so never raced Deegan. And the militia guys, I think me and Deegan, they're only 2 militia guys that actually went to Loretta's and actually raced the Nationals. I don't think anyone else did. And actually, I'm going to throw Tyler Evans in the militia. Tyler Evans definitely rode Nationals and Supercross, one of the best privateers out there for a minute. But as far as like the freestyle dudes, Evans was more like our racer guy. But the freestyle militia dudes, I think me and Deegan were the only 2 that did that. But that's a cool question. Let's get Zayden up here. What kind of tracks do you like? Oh, wait, I had that one. I got you, dude. I got you, brother. I got you. Intermediate. Alright, you got your new bike? Not yet, man. I hit him up and he did hit me back. I waited. I sent the email and then I didn't get nothing for a minute. And I was like, man, dude, I'm like, should I send him another email? I didn't want to, you know how it is. You don't want to bug people and be that dude. But he did hit me up. I didn't send the second email. I was thinking about it. And I'm like, man, I don't want to bug him. But then he hit me up. And some stuff came up. He was like, hey, but we're on it. So it's coming. Coming through Donnell's. We're going to get it through them. Donnell's Motorsports. So, hopefully here. I'm getting ready to go to Cali soon, though. So, I mean, shoot, we're already almost. It's the 18th already. I'm out of here. 10 days. I'm flying to Cali on the 28th. Go do that class. And staying with Jeremy, the Steinberg. And Wanky's going to be out there, too. And me and Wanky got to share a room. Because I talked to Twitch, actually, just before I got on here. And I'm like, yo, you got my spot? Am I good? Or I need to hit up Taka and stay at his house. And he's like, no. He's like, good, as long as you don't care about sleeping in Wanky's room. And I'm like, dang. No, Wanky snores. That's why I thought, oh, man, I'm going to just throw stuff at him, tell him to shut up. He's got that. I don't know why he snores. He don't look like a snorer, right? A little skinny Japanese dude. But, dude, he's sawing logs the last time I stayed in his room. All right, let's get Tommy Shea up here. He says, the stacker bars that Twitch runs, those little bars that he swings out for backflips, have you used those? Yeah, so basically the flip levers, is that what you're talking about? They swings up for backflips. Yeah, so basically the flip levers, there's certain tricks that you need those for. So if you're going to do super flips, everybody uses the flip levers for. Double cans, either just regular even Superman flips, Superman Indy flips, even Cordova flips. All those are used. So basically, if you want to do any of those tricks, you're going to want those flip levers because that's how you get back on your bike. You push against those levers. So I had 2 sets, but after I retired, I actually sold them both because I was like, I ain't going to use these no more. So I got rid of them because they were expensive. You had to get them custom made. They weren't cheap. Ended up selling them to some guys who are going to get some use out of them. But you need them for certain tricks. So yes, had those back in the day when I was competing. All right, let's get Kyle Black Crow up in here. He says, hey, Ronnie, I'm from the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota. It's one of the poorest countries in America. And what type of gear do you wear under your MX pants? All right, so I actually, most of the time, there's days where they're dirty. You know, when your gear's so dirty, you're like, I'm not going to bring that today. But most of the time, I wear... they're made by Astric. So Astric makes I don't even know what they want to call them, but it's like a tight. So they're like, picture like a compression pant, but it has an extended part that once you put your knee brace on, you can fold it up over top of your knee brace and it Velcros over your knee brace. And I wear them usually all the time unless for some reason I do my wash and I'm like, all right, they're stinking. I'm just going to put on a set of socks. But those are the best because, for one, they keep your knee braces from jacking up your graphics and your seat cover because now your knee brace is kind of in like a little pouch in a sense. And my new knee braces don't have a tendency to slip. I don't know if anybody's used knee braces. Sometimes they slip. They'll slip down a little bit. You start sweating, they'll start to move. But the new ones I wear haven't. They've been probably one of the best pair I've been wearing. But with that being on, it kind of creates almost like a little, the way it flips back over and it kind of creates a pocket that your knee brace to kind of keep it from even moving more. So I would look those up on the Astric website and just, I don't know what they call them off the top of my head, but you'll know what I'm talking about when you see them on the website. They're made specifically for their knee braces, and they're legit. So they work the best. All right, so Mel threw up the Supercross links. Maybe since she's so good at doing links, maybe she has time. If it might be sometimes I put the same links up every so I need to look at them because Mel helps me with that. They could be in the description at the end of this video. You could check it out, and it might be in there. I know I've talked about it before in different videos, and I know we've thrown it up. But they work good. And the brace that I wear is the new carbon fiber asterisk. And like I said, I wore CTI for years, and then I've had 3 different. So since I started with asterisk, they've upgraded to 3 newer styles, just getting better with the brace, and it's the best one of all the ones that I wore of theirs. It's so light you can't feel it. It's carbon fiber. You can't even tell you got it on. All right. Good David Duke here. He says, yo, Ron, God bless you and you're first and foremost. Who's faster on the track, you, Twitch, or Deegan? I almost said, come on, man. Who you think, dog? No, here's the deal. Deegan's always been a little bit faster than both of us all the time, but we're all really close. But Deegan he's always been like just a little bit faster. And now, dude, Deegan rides probably more than all of us now. So ever since, he rides with his kids, he rides way more than us. So I think he just gets more track time now. He was clowning me the last time I was out in Cali, because I went riding with him and Twitch, and I went out on the pro track at Fox Raceway, and I hit it hard, boy. I had 3. I went hard for 3 laps, and he was clowning, and he was trying to say I only did 2, but I had 3. I'm like, no, I did 3. He was laughing. He's like, dude, you did 2, and I saw you pull over. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting winded these days, boy. Need to train harder. Oh, wait. Let me see. Tommy Shea. Let's see. He says, when you pull a backflip, you immediately grab the stacker bars and then go back to the throttle and not jerk too hard. When you pull a backflip, you immediately grab what is the stacker bar, just to clarify. And then you go back to the throttle. When I do a backflip, here's the deal. You got to flip the ramp. Come back to the throttle and not jerk too hard. Yeah, you got to flip. The deal is on a backflip, you want to flip the ramp, so when you leave the ramp, flip's done. Once you leave the ramp, there ain't that much of an adjustment that you can make. You can make a little bit of adjustment. If it's rotating a little slow, you can give it gas to help spin the back wheel, which will pick it up a little bit, but not much. Like if you don't pull hard enough and it's under rotating, that's what I'm saying. It's all on the ramp. You got to flip the ramp. And same thing, if you pull way too hard and it's rotating too fast, you can jump on the back brake to slow the rotation down, but it's only going to do so much. If it's too big of a yank and it's over-rotating, it's pretty much along for the ride. You're going to have to fall off the back. So the technique's done on the ramp. And I like to sit back a little bit on the seat. So I would get in a standard, traditional attack riding position, and I would get on the balls of my feet, and I would slide my butt right to where the seat and the back fender, and I'll ride kind of sitting back towards the back of the bike, right where the fender and the back seat are going to end. And then as I get to the ramp, I'll stand up, and then I'll sit back in one motion, and I'll let my butt kind of right at the back part of the seat. And then you want to leave your hips out. Here's the deal. You ever see people flip and then they rotate their hips in? It looks squirrely. That's not how you want to do it. You want to leave your hips out, rotate it. So stay in that position. When you lean back, you should come off the ramp, and then you should be right there. It should be pull, one nice clean pull, and then you just keep looking and sit. You should be able to not even move your body. You should come off, and it should just do its deal. But that's what I'm saying. I like that little bit of sit back with the weight, helps it rotate the bike so much better. So think about how easy it is to loop your bike out. Like if you just jump the jump, leaning back, you loop out. So imagine standing up and then sitting back with your hips rotated out, butt back a little bit, and letting your butt kind of touch right where the end of the seat is. And then with a pull, with a tug, with the torque of a 450, or even on a 252 stroke, that thing will spin faster than you think. 450s spin faster than 250s. We all learned that when we swapped over from a 252 stroke to a 450. We all over-rotated. We didn't realize how much easier a 450 was going to be to flip. It was the opposite of what we actually thought. We thought, oh, man, it's going to be heavier. It's going to be harder to flip. We're going to have to pull harder. And then we were all like, whoa, like over-rotated, coming in all looped out. All right, Monroe here with the super chat. Showing some love, my brother. He says, cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. Come on, Wu-Tang, baby. You know I grew up in Jersey. Bang, bang. Amen. I love that song. Now you got it in my head. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. You know I'm from Jersey. Come on. All right, Tommy Shea. Oh, wait. I just had that one up. Sorry. I had a backpedal for a second because I missed that. I was like, wait. All right, so we got Adam. Little super chat love as well here. He said, what up with a Big B? What's happening with Big B? Is he still cruising in Vegas? No, Big B actually, he lives. I'm 100% sure he lives with Hart. So Hart lives in Northern California. Well, I won't say Northern California. He lives north of LA. So he lives north of LA. His wife, they have a huge ranch out there. He's got a track out there. He's got a huge shop. And I'm 100% sure Big B lives with Hart. They're like best friends. So he's no longer in Vegas as far as I know. And he's hanging with Hart Luck. Living on the ranch life. So follow him. Look him up on Instagram. He's on Instagram. Him and Hart are clowning around all the time. And I'm sure he's doing music still. He's always done music as long as I've known him. All right, so let's get Fred up here. Let me get a little drink. Got my little coconut water here. That's good stuff right there. Keep you hydrated. A little coconut. All right, so let's get Fred up here. He said, what is your favorite bike that you have owned and wish you have kept? Why was it so important? I honestly wish I would have kept one of probably my 360 bike. I should have kept my 360 bike just because that was a 2007 CR250, which is the last year, as far as I know, that Honda 250 two-stroke has ever been made. Are they going to make another one? I don't know. So think about that. A 2007, it's already 2021. What? That bike in another 20 years will be a really cool bike. Like if you have a 2007 CR250, hold on to it because I wish I didn't sell mine. And I wish I would have kept the 360 bike just because it's the 360 and that was kind of one of those tough journeys through my career to do. And I finally landed it. So it would have been nice to kind of have that bike. But either way, I was talking about... I feel like we were talking about maybe this last week, and or no, I did a post. That's what it was. I did a post I was on my, I believe it was my 2006 CR250, and it was the bike that I won my first X Games medal on at Winter X Games, and I sold it, and I posted a picture of it last week on my Instagram, and the dude, one of the workers from ECC, hit me up. I think he DM'd me, and he took a picture of it. He's like, I'm like, I wish I would have never sold that bike. He sent me a picture of it, and he's like, dude, it's right here. And I'm like, I forgot that bike was in there. I'm like, what? They have me and Deegan's bike, because I forgot. They hooked us up with bikes one year, and the deal was we got to ride it for the season, and then we had to give it back. So I gave my bike back, Deegan gave his bike back, and they put it up in Escondido Cycle Center. It's still there. And they got a picture of me from Winter X Games, and I'm like, I need to buy it back. I want to sell it. I'm going to hit him up. Once we get some more room and we got a shop and we can fit some more bikes in it, I'm definitely going to hit that kid up and be like, yo, do you think they'll sell that to me? Because, hey, it might not be the 360 bike, but it's my first X Games metal bike. And, hey. And it's not a 2007, it's a 2006. Still a cool bike. Still a cool bike to have. All right, so we got Big Howard's up here. And what's up, my brother? He said, hey, congrats, Mel, on KC. Oh, yeah. I'm thinking about, are we talking about the I'm thinking about the Chargers. Thinking about the game, right? KC game? Yes, sir. So if you guys watched the game yesterday, our Mahomes got hurt. And it was a little nerve-wracking if you were a Kansas City Chief fan. Because we weren't up by much, and then our quarterback got hurt. And we had to bring in the backup, but the backup held it down, and we were able to walk away with the win. So, hey, we're good. Hopefully Mahomes is back next week, and we're, one game away from another Super Bowl chance. So, well, I guess two games away if you want to count the game to win the Super Bowl, but still, we're getting close. And next week we're playing the Bills. So, it's going to be a tough game. Good team. So, we'll be watching it. We'll be watching, cheering on the Kansas City Chiefs. V-Dubski's back in the game. There he is. What's up, V-Dub? He says, hello, Feist family. Been a rough week with my mom. Need some help out there for some prayer warriors. Yeah, man. Dude, I'm sorry. Here's a little to help with the program. Well, thank you, brother, man. We definitely got to keep V-Dub's mom in our prayers, man. And I know it's tough. But, Lord, send some healing for V-Dub's wife in the mighty name of Jesus, Lord. Do a miracle. Do what only you can do, Lord. We trust you and we love you. We love V-Dub. And we want to see his mom healed in Jesus' name. So, V-Dub, much love, my brother. I'm glad you're able to make it, man. We miss you here, man. Having you on here every week, chopping it up with us. All right. No, here. So it's basically, all right, so here's a good one. Jeff, my boy Jeff. He says Canada is 72 to our dollar. So it's basically 25% less in US dollars. So that's a good thing. So I didn't know that. I just knew that. So think about that, 25% less. So the number that you see when you go to get the graphics, you'll think, whoa, that's kind of steep. It's 25% less in U.S. dollars. So good little fact there. Because I had a couple people DM me, and they're like, yo, why are your graphics so high? And I'm like, it's Canada dollars, dude. But it probably veers a lot of people off because I had thought the same thing. I'm like, man, that is kind of high. Why is he charging so much? So people probably see that and don't realize it's a Canadian company. You just go online, you don't realize where the company's from, right? And see the price, you're like, hey, wait a second, that's a lot. Broop. No thanks, Mr. Faisst. But anyway, I don't own the graphic company, so they're coming from Canada. But anyway, so thanks for that little shout out. And look at Adam getting in the battle like he always is. He said, V-Dub, you and yours will be in my prayers tonight when I land in Wisconsin. Ronnie, bring Seth on Moto Mondays. All right, we gotta do that. I need to put that on my list, dude, because I keep talking about it. If I don't write stuff down, it don't get done. Let's write it down right here. What are we gonna call this? We're gonna Seth, but we need to test the software. That's what we need. We need a software to bring guests on because I talked about that way too much and we still haven't done it. And we're already through January, so I need to do that. All right, and we gotta do it. All right. I want to keep like, hey, we gotta get Twitch. I want to get to Twitch. Be another month. You guys be like, this dude always talking smack. Been talking about getting a new bike for about 6 months. Still ain't got it. Woo! That's how we do it, baby. Now it's coming. I'm telling you. All right, a huge fan from New Zealand. Let's get my New Zealand buddy up here. He said, hey, Ron, a huge fan from New Zealand. Want to know how much on average do monster riders make rough a year? 10 to 100K. And honestly, it depends on who you are. Because I know dudes who make way over more 100K from Monster. So it all depends. It's all about your name and your following. They pay you on how many people, how much, like, are you marketable and can you sell product? And they're gonna base that off of that's how you're gonna get the number they're gonna pay you. Because here's the deal: there's a lot of dudes who are really good at tricks but don't have a big following, and then a lot of other dudes who are just got huge followings. Those dudes are making way more money than the guys who. And I'm speaking in the freestyle world. Like obviously, the racing world's different, and I'm closer to with the freestyle guys and to where I have really tight relationships, so where people will just tell me what their sponsors pay them. Like, but I'm not that close with so many racers that are just going to be like, yo, this is what so-and-so pays me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm speaking as far as for free riders, and our industry is so small, everybody knows what everybody's getting. Because, well, how much they paying you? All right, cool. I'm gonna ask them for this. Probably not supposed to do that, but everybody does. But it's based on, and the social media plays a huge part of it in these days, which I think is a good thing. Like, because think about it. Social media back in the day, before there was social media, when you retired, you basically out of the game. There's guys these days that are still making a living off of social media, even though they're retired, because they have such a big following. So that's a good thing. There's going to be guys, I'm sure, like Deegan. I'm sure Deegan, he doesn't. I mean, he's been retired from freestyle for a long time now. But still, I still consider him as an athlete because he races trucks. But I'm sure he's getting closer and closer he's racing trucks less and less. And so when he's done his truck career, I guarantee you he has almost 1 million followers now on Instagram. And probably 1 million on Facebook plus. He's still going to make money off of his following. So, and his contract is probably bigger than 100 grand. So, thank God for social media for athletes, for action sport athletes, because it keeps us in the game a little bit and it keep on doing stuff. But then some other dudes when they're done, they get the chop. I got the chop. There's other people get the chop too. The 100 and some thousand followers ain't cutting it these days. They think that's puny. They're over it. You gotta have big followings, big stuff. You gotta do big things. All right. What's on? All right, wait, hold up. What's on? Wait, what? I can't even read these days. On what Saturdays are you on your ministry YouTube channel? So basically, we just got back in the game. We always take a little break sometimes, kind of charge back up. So we're trying to post weekly videos every Tuesday. So there's a video coming out tomorrow. So every Tuesday, be on the lookout. We were doing the Saturday lives. We were trying to do those once a month, but we're taking a break for them from right now. So be on the lookout for Tuesdays. I'm almost 100% sure. Mel's probably already on here. Oh, yeah, she's already in here. I figured she'd already be answering questions. But I believe they come on Tuesday mornings. They used to be in the afternoons, but I believe she just puts them up early now. So be on the lookout. All right, we're running out of time. I need to step it up here. Let's see. Jesse, he says, Ronnie, did you and Brian did you see Brian's new kit on his bike? It's awesome how it turned out. And I just bought a 2021 Can-Am UTV, and it's awesome. Do you have one? No, but I want one. I do want one. All black. I think those are the sickest ones. So I think you chose right. Because if you put a Can-Am next to the Polaris, the Can-Am just looks hard. So I like it. So good deal on that. And I haven't saw the new kit. I need to look now. I didn't see it, but I'm gonna peek at his Instagram right when we get down here and check it out. All right, so let me, got about 3 minutes left here, so I'm going to try to step up the pace here so I can hopefully get everybody in. Also, it's true a lot for original FMX guys used to do, is it true? No, that's not true. Is it true the original FMX dude did crystal meth riding? No, 100% no. People party, but even when people partied, no one was doing meth. No. And even when no one was riding, like, when they were partying, it was separate. Like, meth was never involved, but even when it was always ride, do the show, go to the party. And then get back to normal and then go train again. Never ride jacked up on anything. Was that the rumors? I'm sure that there's probably so many rumors about the metal militia. Crackheads. But no. All right, Liam. It says, what are the specs? What are the specs on your chopper that you owned back in the day, if you remember? Man, it had a 111 S&S motor in it. It was a Softail, so it was a Softail chopper. It had, I believe the tire was a 250. Does that sound right as far as the width? 250 on the rear. S&S with a 3-inch, I think it was a 3-inch open belt drive. And then the bars were custom. The wheels were custom. I can't remember what transmission was in it. But that's as far as I can remember. It was built by Russ Wernermont. RWD is his company, Russ Wernermont Designs. He mostly makes tanks and fenders, but he's my neighbor. He lives seriously like 3 houses up the street from me. And his company, if you look him up, RWD, he's custom tanks, custom fenders, and other bolt-on stuff. But he's super cool dude. And I just asked him one day, I was like, yo, can you build me a bike? And he hooked it up my bike. Say, I wish I had a picture of it. Show you guys. But it was sick. The thing ripped so fast, dude. And I'm trying to think, the rake on it, man, I can't remember. I want to say it was does 45 sound about normal for, I can't remember. I feel like it was 45. Does it sound about right for a chopper? I don't have the best memory sometimes. Okay, V-Dub. He says, got looking into all the helmets yesterday. Just found all my helmets are expired. Ordered in a new Troy Lee design helmet, supposed to be in on Wednesday. Any suggestions? Well, I mean, you already got the new Troy Lee coming in. I think new Troy Lee's is probably a good helmet, so you're probably good to go. I got the Fox helmet on right now. I wore Shoei forever. I think Shoei's and Bells, you never can go wrong. And Arai, I feel like there's so many good companies. I feel like you're in the game, though. Troy Lee has been around for a long time, and they're building legit stuff. So I think you're good on that. But I personally, I've always been, actually, to be honest with you, my whole pro career, I only wore Fox helmets and Shoei helmets. Freestyle. I actually wore Bell my first couple years racing the Nationals. Then I switched to Shoei. Or actually, I switched to Fox, then Shoei. Then back to Fox. And what do you guys think of so Pete Fox's new gear? Resin? How do you say it? Risen or resin? You guys know? How do you say it? But if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's all sold out. It just came out. Pete Fox, dude, one of the owners and founders of Fox Racing, came out with another line. And you know, Fox owns Shift too. So that's Fox, Shift, Monopoly, growing it. Another company. I think is it Risen or Resin? Either way, I like Resin, but it's spelled R-E-S-E-N, I believe. But it's really clean. And they had someone wearing it Saturday night. I think in a 250 class. But go check it out, dude. P. Fox is an awesome dude. Super nice. He's just one of those dudes that have been in the motocross game forever. And Fox, in my opinion, has always made some of the sickest, if not the sickest gear. So they know what they're doing. So go check it out. All right, so we're rounding it up here. It's about 8 o'clock. All right, let's... who would have had the most competition in the militia? Who would was the most? Who was the most competition? Who was the most competitive? Oh, wait, I'm reading that wrong. Competitive. Sorry. I'm laughing at you. You should be laughing at me. Who's the most competitive in the metal militia? I think Deegan, 100% sure, but I think all of us. I think all three, me, Deegan, I mean, I feel like everybody in there, like everybody was competitive, but we all fed off each other. Deegan, for sure, he always feel like he was always one step ahead. Like he'd always try something first, and then we'd see him do it, and then I try it, Twitch try it. If I tried it, Twitch always tried it if I tried it. And if Twitch tried it, I saw like so. But Deegan seemed to be the guy always doing something first. He flipped first. He did seat grabs first. He did double grabs first. He kind of was like leading the pack there for a while. So we'll give a shout out to Mr. Deegan for being aggressively going for pushing the crew. All right, well, guys, there's my buddy Nick. Let's get Nick up here before we close out. I feel like I'm running. I don't like to go too long here. He said, "What's up, Holmes?" He says, "Do you pull your clutch in when tapping your back brake in the air, or do you just quick tap with the clutch?" My buddy says he what? Teo's brake, never pulling the clutch. Taps. Teo's, man, he's Teoing on the brake. He need to show me that technique, dude. Teo the brake. Here's the deal. That's why I say, dude, forget about that back brake in the air stuff. Learn how to rotate your bike the way you want it with your body position. That is backup only. Think about this. Killing forward momentum, locking the brake, stalling it can stall the motor. That you don't want to get in the habit of that. So don't try to even learn that. It's like a backup technique if you need it. Get into the habit of knowing how to jump the bike and rotate the bike with body position to get the bike in the angle you want. You should be able, when you take off, you should be far enough forward that it's going to make the bike go like this. So the only reason the bike's front end's high is because you're leaning too far back. And people are like, "Oh, I'm being too aggressive on the throttle." No, you're not. Get more forward. You can be as aggressive as you want on the throttle, and the bike's still going to rotate like this. You can't. I always look at it like, can't be too aggressive. Come on, the fastest dudes in the world ain't jumping all the jumps like this. They're like this. Why? Because they're coming off the lip with their body weight forward. So just get a little bit more forward, stay forward, and get your bike to rotate like you want. And if you want to learn the back brake technique, to have it in your game, to do it. I don't ever try to use it. You won't see me hit my back brake unless something went really wrong. It's like a backup. But to answer your question, if you're going to do it, it's it's probably better to probably pull the clutch in a little bit because you can stall the bike. But I feel like I've done it both ways. I don't feel like I've always pulled in the clutch. So now you got me thinking, what do I do? It's one of those things I got to go out and do. I'm like, how do I do that? And then I'll be like, oh yeah. I don't teach people to do that because I don't want people to get in the habit of doing that. But if you mash on the back brake with no clutch in, there's a good chance you could stall your bike. All right, that was a good question to wrap it up on. Mel's coming in for a little closing session.
Your mom made a.
Mom's in here. Hey, where's she at? Where's she at?
You're like so far behind.
I'm behind. All right, Mel. All right, I went a little.
Right there.
Where? Where? Oh, here we go. We get Mama up in here. What's up, Mama? There she is. Oh, Mally's here. All right. So we're ending. Mom came to hang out tonight.
She's coming this week.
Yeah, Mom's coming this week. So should we get Mom on the show? Talk some MOTOLIFE with Mom? She's coming.
I might not be here on a Monday.
Oh, yeah, huh? Oh, yeah. I think she's only coming for a couple days. Mally. Okay. All right. Well, hey, thanks for hanging out. Good shout out to Mom for being here tonight. And sorry for going so slow. I like to talk a lot, details like always. So sorry if I missed your question. Here's the deal: if you guys like it, give us some thumbs up, love. And if I missed your question, leave it on the comments below, and I'll try to answer it this week. If not, come back next week, 7 p.m., same place, same time, Moto Monday nights. This is how we do it. And then, hey, have a good tomorrow night. Watch the races, and we'll talk again next. Hey, we're going to have 2 races to talk about next week because it's going back to back. We're going to have Wednesday night and Saturday night. So,
ask people if you do the live show.
Mel's getting aggressive. All right. Hey, much love. We'll see you guys next week. Stay place. Ride safe. And I'll see you.